Hello everyone, Ron here from RJJ's Reactions, and I am here with a bumped up request from Shane, and this is 21 Pilots, The Contract. New song, new album coming out apparently very soon in September, according to Shane, called Breach. Really looking forward to that. I haven't done a 21 Pilots video for quite some time. However, I've done a lot of reactions to 21 Pilots. You can check in the description for a link to my playlist if you want to see all of my reactions in one place. Sometimes I don't say the same things that other people do. I understand that. So you may love it, you may hate it. I don't know. You can check it out. I know a little bit about the lore. I think Shane gave me a little bit too much credit here, but I don't know as much as some people. And I also like to listen to the songs for the songs themselves and what other meanings they can have apart from the lore, because I think with 21 Pilots there are lots of potential meanings and things that you can extract, and of course musically they're phenomenal. I really love what Tyler and Josh do, and I have right from the very beginning, so I'm really looking forward to this one. The contract looks like we have the bishops here. Check in the description for a link to 21 Pilots channel, of course, so you can go there and subscribe and like and comment and check out everything they have on the channel if you haven't already done that. I'm sure most of you probably have. Also in the description you'll see a way to bump up your request, as Shane did for this one, to get your request much quicker than on the regular list. The regular list is super long, so it just does take a long time. There's so many fantastic artists to get to. Don't forget to subscribe here if you haven't already. If you have, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it, and thank you for sharing videos, liking videos, commenting. It all helps the channel, and the information you send helps other viewers too, so thank you so much. I answer as many messages as I possibly can, but know that they are all read and appreciated. I think there's CC here. We're going to see how it works. Sometimes it works well, sometimes not. If it doesn't, I'll turn it off and I'll go over the lyrics afterwards. If it works well, I'll probably go through the video without stopping too much, maybe once, and then I'll probably go through it again so that I can stop lots of times and make my comments, and that way you can choose how you want to watch. All right, let's have a listen to 21 Pilots, The Contract. Ooh. Sorry.
Hello, Clancy.
I check the doors, check the windows, and pull the blinds. I check the clock, wondering what he'll pull this time. I have a feeling that necromancer.
Okay, I'm going to start over anyway. Yeah, amazing start. Nico, grabbing Tyler, aka Clancy, around the throat, which is usually blackened for insecurities, etc. And then the lyric starting. But I'm going to come back and go over that again. I love the music coming in too, in a very dramatic scene. All right, let's go.
Hello, Clancy.
Is it all happening here?
I check the doors, check the windows, and pull the blinds. I check the clock, wondering what he'll pull this time. I have a feeling that necromancer's outside, and I'm just trying to stay quiet. I don't sleep much, that's crazy. How'd you know that? Keep myself up, that's maybe how you know that. Ooh, promises and contracts I used to keep. I don't sleep much, that's crazy. How'd you know that? Keep myself up, that's maybe how you know that. Ooh, my hallucination I used to see.
Wow. Josh coming in. great rap going on there. I won't stop again till the end, and then when I repeat, I'll stop probably lots of times. But amazing musically. I love Tyler's voice, especially coming in. But then they do the special effects as well. Josh's drumming is fantastic. You know, very dramatic scene, and the feelings. I'm going to talk about the lyrics some more, but the feelings of insecurity and trying to hide, trying to block things out, and of course the sort of dichotomy or whatever you want to call it between, is this really happening or is this all just happening up here or some combination of that?
Wake up and I found out, did it change up? Wait, did it change up? Is it light out? Yeah, better find out. Better walk around the edge of the room in the bed where behind my face. Face around, better try to breathe. Face around, face around. I check the doors, check the windows and pull the blind. I check the clock, wondering what hit pulled this time. I have a feeling that necromancer's outside, and I'm just trying to stay quiet. I don't sleep much, that's crazy. How'd you know that? I keep myself up, that's maybe how you know that. Ooh, promises and contracts. I
Amazing.
used to keep. I don't sleep much, that's crazy. How'd you know that? I keep myself up, that's maybe how you know that. Ooh, my hallucination. I used to see.
Awesome videography too. Josh's drumming.
I check the clock, wondering what he'll pull this time. I have a feeling that necromancer's outside, and I'm just trying to stay quiet. I don't sleep much, that's crazy. How'd you know that? I'll keep myself up, that's maybe how you know that. Ooh, promises and contracts. I used to keep. I don't sleep much, that's crazy. How'd you know that? I keep myself up, that's maybe how you know that. Ooh, my hallucination. I used to see.
Incredible.
I used to see, it felt so real, but now I plead, just take the deal.
Huh.
I promised you a contract. I promised you a contract.
Hmm. Okay. I'm not sure what's happening at the end there. Well, I'm going to go back to the beginning. I'm going to run through again. And I already mentioned here with Nico sort of clasping on to Clancy's throat, where he's often got it blackened for, my understanding is for his insecurities, it fears, etc. And yeah, so let's just go through one more time.
Hello, Clancy.
I check the doors, check the windows, and pull the blinds. I check the clock, wondering what he'll pull this time.
So wondering what Nico will pull this time. But again, for me, a lot of it is happening in your mind, in your head, right? So these songs, the lyrics, And I know there's a lot of people involved in making the videos, etc. So it's not just one person, but a lot of this is coming from Tyler and Josh's, and I know a lot of the lyrics and that are from Tyler. So uh, he's creating this, which is expressing what he feels in here, but also you have that whole lore, that whole story, as if maybe it's actually in existence as well. So yeah, but I think a lot of it for me is internal.
I have a feeling that necromancer's outside, and I'm just trying to stay quiet.
So we try to hide from ourselves. So, but sometimes we want to externalize it, right? In a sense, we want to blame something else or somebody else. So something's making me do this or making me feel this way, and that can go good or not so good. And that I think is where a lot of religions come from. I think that we feel that there are other things at play rather than our own minds.
That's crazy. How'd you know that? I hit myself up. That's maybe how you know.
Yeah, so again, I keep myself up. That's maybe how you know that. So Nico, whether he's happening in your mind or whether this is a real existence outside of you, knows these things because it's all you. It's all keeping yourself up. And who are you promising and who are you making the contract with? Is Clancy making the contract with Nico? Is Tyler making a contract with Blurry Face or with Nico or with other parts of himself? Who's he making these promises to?
I used to keep iron statements. That's crazy. How'd you know that? I hit myself up. That's maybe how you know that.
And again, the idea of a hallucination, it's not real. But it is real because what we see is what we see, right? So what I'm seeing around this room right now is what I believe I see. I believe it's all reality. I think it's true. I think it's real. But I'm also quite aware that I'm a human being, and my eyesight and all of my other senses are very limited. So how do I know that, well, you can't see it, but there's a lamp behind me. How do I know that that's actually red? How do I know that this desk, which you also can't see, is actually brown, etc.? I mean, we use these terms so we can talk to one another and understand one another, but reality is kind of an odd thing. And psychologically, I can run into all kinds of issues. But if I have a hallucination, um, then what I still see what I see. So in that sense, it's still real, even though it doesn't exist for anyone else probably. It's only for me. But I did see what I saw. So in that sense, it's real.
Wake up and I found out, did it change up? Wait, did it change up? Is it light out? Yeah, better find out. Better walk around the edge of the room in the bed where my arm on face around, better try to breathe. Face around, face around. I check the thoughts.
So we pace when we're nervous. For Tyler, a lot of the time, the nighttime, the darkness is the problem. That's not so much for me. I have just as much, maybe more in the day than I do at night. Sometimes the night is a relief, but for him and many of his lyrics and songs, the nighttime is the problem, right? So you're waiting for the light, check the doors, check the windows, pull the blinds. You're trying to hide from whatever is invading your psyche.
Windows and pull the blind. I check the clock, wondering what hip hop is on. I have a feeling that necromancer's outside, and I'm just trying to stay quiet. I don't sleep much, that's crazy. How'd you know that? I keep myself up, that's maybe how you know that.
Maybe if you keep quiet, it'll go away.
I used to keep. I don't sleep much, that's crazy. How'd you know that? I keep myself up, that's maybe how you know that. I used to see.
we get a little look into Tyler's hallucinations. Lucky us, because we get all this fantastic music and video and art history and lore and storytelling. Vocals are amazing. Drumming is fantastic. The promises I used to keep. So I don't know, but I'm thinking maybe that, sort of you promise it yourself you'll be better tomorrow, you'll be better next week, you'll be better next month. In the new year, I'll be better. And I get that because I certainly made a lot of promises when I was young to myself. And I learned eventually to live with the demons I have. And I think Tyler has too, actually. But I think that when he was younger, you make promises, but then you can't keep them. So I wonder if that's why he's saying I used to keep promises. Promises I used to keep. Amazing drumming. It's hard to escape from here.
I check the clock, wondering what he'll pull this time. I have a feeling that necromancer's outside, and I'm just trying
Piano's
to stay
amazing too.
quiet. I don't sleep much, that's crazy. How'd you know that? I'll keep myself up, that's maybe how you know that. Ooh, promises and contracts. I used to keep. I don't sleep much, that's crazy. How'd you know that? I keep myself up, that's maybe how you know that. Ooh, my hallucination. I used to say. Contract.
Jacket with the red stripes. I'm sure there's meaning here I'm missing. Sure, I'm missing lots of things. Like I say, I kind of go a little bit with the lore, but I'm also going with, what the song can mean apart from that as well. But it felt so real. The hallucinations, yeah, I'm very familiar with hallucinations. Again, something else you have to get used to sometimes. Sometimes they go away, sometimes they diminish, sometimes they come back. Um, Sometimes when you're very young, you get caught in somebody else's belief, somebody else's cult, or somebody else's religion, or somebody else's superstition, whatever you want to, you know, um, and that's why a lot of these places like to get people when they're young, because they're very pliable, and it's very easy to fall and believe in that things are real that aren't necessarily real, but they're real to you at the time. As I mentioned before, I don't know if I'm making any sense at all. Some people are probably saying, "Yeah, I understand you," and other people are saying, "There's something wrong with this guy." I don't know what he's talking about, um, but yeah, it felt so real. And as I say, I think Tyler, as he's gotten older and is changing and everything else, um, some of that and some of those promises is starting to fade and not be necessary anymore, because either you learn to cope and these things diminish, or you maybe they're still around, but you, like I say, you learn to cope and you learn to accept them, and in some ways you almost learn to enjoy them. It's partly why he's created all of this amazing music, lyrics, poetry, etc., because of the difficulties that he went through. We wouldn't have all this lore probably and all of this amazing music if not for that. I wouldn't have written most of the stories, at least that I wrote, and continue to write, although I don't publish very many. I have published a few that I wrote decades ago, wrote a couple of new ones for those books as well. They're in the description below. Whether I'll live long enough to publish the ones I'm working on since then, I don't know. We'll see. It takes me a long time to decide to put them out because many of them are very personal to me, although people reading them may not recognize that because they've been altered to uh, I don't know, the story surrounds it, and I think that's happening here with Tyler as well. So he's created this amazing lore and story to try to maybe as a catharsis for what he was dealing with. Anyways, I'm probably rambling a little bit too much here. The contract, who's the contract with? And it's great fun to play around with let's believe Nico and the bishops are real and all of this. It's absolutely wonderful what they've done. The videography in this video is fantastic, as well as the music, vocals, everything. Drumming was just out of this world. I love the piano too. Um, but of course, a lot is happening here too, and that's a very powerful instrument for both good and evil, good and bad. So I hope you're doing well. I hope that you're able to deal with whatever demons you're dealing with, whether real or hallucinations. If not, keep working at it. Talk to people, seek help, so that you can find your path. It doesn't mean you have to. It doesn't even mean you have to give up on all of that. That was one of the issues. Is do I have to lose this? And you know I could go on, but I don't want to get too much into the weeds here, so I'll leave it. There's more songs to come out anyway, so that'll be great. Let me know what you think of this particular song or 21 Pilots in general if you like. Of course, if you like the video, give it a like. Check in the description for a link to their channel so you can go there and subscribe and support the artists. Of course, check in the description for a link to my playlist for 21 Pilots. I've done a lot of reactions to them. Also, for a way to bump up your request and get it much, much quicker than on the regular list if you would like to do so. Thank you very much, Shane, for this. This was amazing. Really, really loved it. Didn't realize they had a new one out, so this is fantastic. Keep listening, keep having fun. Have a beautiful day. It's Ron from RJJ's Reactions. Bye bye for now.